Morning. Now you got a coach. You have to coach. Let's talk about it. So, before we get to some Cowboys talk, I just want to give you guys a sample of some music that I just put out. I haven't asked you guys for much lately, but if you don't mind, I would love you guys to stream the music. Let me put my seatbelt on. I should probably be safe, right? I would love you guys to stream the record. If you do, man, hit me up on the IG. I'll put my link. Let me know that you streamed it. You could also buy it on Bandcamp. Like I said, I haven't asked y'all for much, so help a brother out. I didn't go to training camp this year. You know what I mean? I'm still making music, doing all those types of things. So, help your boy out, man. The song is called Empty. Real groovy. Groovy vibes. What did I do wrong this time? I can't be yours and you can't be mine. How do we move? Yeah. Running low on the gas. Running low on the gas. Yeah. We learn from the past. Yeah. You and I gonna last. Alright, y'all. As y'all can see, I woke up this morning. I'm in a great mood. Now, let's get into Cowboys talk, and I really want to get to surviving Cooper Rush. Cooper Rush is who he is. There's been times that I've just said he flat out stinks because he's played like that, even in the preseason. It's just been times where it just didn't look good. But then there's been times where you say, hey, Cooper Rush has something. I remember when he was drafted, I think, Michigan or Central Michigan, or he was under. He came from Central Michigan, one of those Michigan schools, Western Michigan, one of the Michigan schools. And he did some nice things his first preseason. He said, hey, this guy has a little something. And then last year, he actually got a big win in Minnesota, which tells you he can get you through a game. But now, this coaching staff, Mike McCarthy, Kellen Moore, the season is not over. When you hear Jerry Jones say, hey, we don't feel the season is over, they're now reporting that Dak is only 4 weeks out. I don't know how I feel about that, but hey, Jerry, this is Jerry. Let me go back. When it all came down and it all happened with the quarterback being out and the way that you played, I just said, man, I don't think there's ever been a team that's had their season almost basically derailed before it even started. So I know there's more to the story that needs to be written. It won't happen like this, y'all. There's more to the story that needs to be written. Now, people have to roll their sleeves up, and we got to figure some things out. Tampa Bay's a good team. Dak played bad. I'm not going to harp on that, but I am going to be a media member, or I'm going to be responsible, and I'm not going to put blame. It's too much blame on the receivers. I've been said that Kellen Moore, his play calling is suspect, and now that seems to be, a big talking point. But another talking point needs to be the quarterback, and he didn't look prepared. And I've said for a while, this team isn't good enough to not play preseason games. You heard Sean Payton say it. You heard, you've heard trusted people say teams that don't play preseason or don't even get a look, don't even get any. Patrick Mahomes is a $400 million quarterback. He's out there in the preseason, shredding the Commanders. You need to play preseason. And we came out, we looked flat. We didn't look sharp. They didn't look on key. And Tampa Bay did some things. And obviously you hear Devin White, one of my LSU guys. Love those LSU athletes. He comes out. We knew exactly what they wanted to do. We knew they weren't going to commit to running the ball. And that's on Kellen, and that's on scheme. And Mike McCarthy now has to go in and say, listen, we have to earn our weight in gold or we're going to get fired, the whole staff. Cooper Rush is good enough to win you 2 of these next 3 games. I don't know which 3 because you have Cincinnati. You have Cincinnati this week, which is a very winnable game from what I saw on film. And I highlighted some of the things that I saw on film on Twitter. This is a winnable game. Okay, you have Cincinnati. You have the Commanders. The Commanders struggled with Jacksonville. All right, really, Jacksonville should have won the game.
Carson Wentz is a pick still waiting to happen. He's still very careless with the football. So that's a winnable game. And the Giants, I'm not ready to write home about the Giants. Now, obviously, Saquon Barkley went crazy, and Saquon Barkley is a really good player. But I still think that the Giants can be had if you scheme it, if you put it together. If you're a good coach, you have to figure it out. And maybe they aren't good coaches, and maybe there's going to be a cleaning of the house. But I would like to think that Kellen Moore has had success. Now, I'm going to toot my horn. When Kellen Moore was having success, when we were the number one offense, when we were all these things, there were things about his play calling that I didn't like, and particularly rhythm, discipline. He's not a disciplined play caller. He will not stick to the game plan. He will not muddy a game up. He won't slow a game up. He gets cute. The sets and what he's doing, he's not scheming anybody open. So he's not doing this and this for this. He's just doing this because it worked whenever, but the defense is telling you that you need to do this. So, there you go. That being said, Kellen, football is a week-to-week deal. They need to do a self-scout, and they need to survive Cooper Rush. We, as a fan base, have to survive Cooper Rush. What does that look like? You need to run the football no matter what. You have two great running backs. Do I think that Tony Pollard is great in pass pro? No, he's not. I tweeted that. You guys want to know why Tony may not play as much as Zeke? He does not want to stick his nose in there, and he's light. And he got Dak killed on one play. That's the reality of Tony Pollard's effort in pass protection. It flat out sucks. So, with that being said, okay, he can still run the ball. He can still be a threat out of the backfield. Help Cooper Rush out. Swings, quick game. Make it plain for Cooper. Make it plain. I think listen, Kellen, you're coaching for your job. Because everybody wants to scream receivers. Well, he had top-notch receivers. He had Amari Cooper, and you go out against San Francisco, and you look bad then. So now you have to coach. Now you don't have the top personnel at every position. Now your quarterback's out. So now it's on the coaching staff. But it can happen. Like, when you watch this defense, Dan Quinn looked fine. He held Tampa Bay. If you hold Tom Brady, the best quarterback to ever play the game, if you hold him to 19 points, you should win the game. Like, the season isn't lost because you also have 11 on your team who, trust me, didn't like getting embarrassed on Sunday Night Football. He's become a star. He knows who he is. He didn't like it. You see him going back and forth with Leonard Fournette. That's the type of dog that we need. I'm glad that Micah feels a way. He should. But now the rest of the team has to feel a way. Now somebody else has to feel a way. You're not playing Tom Brady and the Buccaneers this weekend, okay? That quick release and all that, no. You're playing Joe Burrow, who likes to dance around. He will extend some plays. He likes to do certain things. You have to control T. Higgins and Jamar Chase. You do have to do that. Diggs has to tackle. Because if you don't, Jamar Chase will take a slant to the crib. I'm just telling you now, if Diggs decides that he doesn't want to tackle this weekend, Jamar Chase will crib you. All right? T. Higgins, if Anthony Brown wants to play bad and with bad effort, and I don't think that the play to Julio was bad coverage. It's just a better play by Julio. But the point is, T. Higgins is really good. But their offensive line can be had. So, now let's look at the offensive side of the ball, surviving Cooper Rush and getting Cooper Rush easy completions. Eli Apple is not a great corner. He's just not. He wasn't when he was in New York. He's not now. He can be had. CD, I'm calling on you. Everybody's calling out the receivers. You got to play better, homie. Like, I knew a few balls were behind you and this, that, and third, but you also have to play better. Separation and scheme and all that has to be better. But I think that if you put a game plan together where you're going to run the ball, you're going to be a play action team, you're going to do these things, and this is what it's going to be no matter what, I think that Dallas can squeak by and get 2 wins. What do you guys think? I'm going to put the link to my music in the bio. I'm kind of just tired of doom and gloom right now, guys. It's the first game of the year, and as fans, sometimes people get too high, too low without really watching what happened. People don't want to hear this, but there was a lot of good. Your center was really good. Tyler Smith was really good. Like, that's no easy task to go against Shaq Barrett, and he pretty much blanketed him the whole game. If you would have told me that Tyler Smith was going to extremely outplay, Terrence Steele, I would have laughed at you. But that's what happened. And so, Forniak, here you go. Tyler Smith, here you go. Still waiting on Jason Peters. We'll see what happens with that. But I think that this team can squeak by. I really do. You guys let me know what you think. I'm in the car. I'm feeling good. You got to coach. You got to coach now. You got to coach. It's not playing mad. You may have to stay after and work a little overtime with the receivers, Kellen. You can't just after practice go home. No. This fan base not going to let you. Now you got to coach. I coach kids. When kids aren't doing something right, we got to do something over and over with their technique. We got to clean it up over and over and over. It's the same principle. You have to coach. You got to find the personnel groupings that they like. You got to sit. You got to go in the QB room meeting now. You can't let your QB coaches do it, Kellen. This is your job. Mike, this is your job. It's on the line. You got to coach. You guys let me know what you're thinking, man. Surviving Cooper Rush. What does it look like? I'm going to have a good day. I hope you guys have a good day. The music. Show love to the music, y'all. It's your boy Foots. Hey.